back today, Rocket Science. I'm Adam Balkin. Now, here at CES this year, cars are a heavy focus, and you may be surprised to learn that there's someone here who's right around your age who's showing off a device he invented that may actually make driving much safer. From cars you can summon with the flick of a wrist to vehicles you can communicate with from inside your house, car manufacturers from across the globe are rolling out the latest in automotive tech. But you don't need to buy a brand new model to make your car a smart car. This young inventor's creation can be plugged into any car with the hopes of keeping drivers safe.
We set out to create the first proactive solution to this problem and create a device that could detect not just the result of distraction, but the cause as well, and be able to alert drivers and give them extra time before they get into dangerous situations and avoid accidents completely.
And with tech being incorporated into so many aspects of our lives, top industry execs say there's never been a better time for a career in STEM.
The fact of the matter is the world is becoming more and more technologically immersed. Software is becoming more and more a part of what we do, so the more that you can learn and understand about software and technology, even if you don't end up doing it yourself, to understand it so that you can make the best use of it, I think is a really great way to approach it.
And Tristan's advice for getting here?
Definitely find good mentors and don't give up and don't wait too, because there's a big misconception out there that you have to wait until you're quote unquote grown up before you can do anything. But realistically, right after high school, before college, that's almost the ideal time to begin your own products or to try your own startup.
Now, there are so many cars at CES this year that it could easily be mistaken for an auto show. Well, actually, a week after CES is one of the world's biggest auto shows that takes place in Detroit, and that's where we're taking you next. Detroit, known as the Motor City, has been hosting auto shows for over a century, and each year at the North American International Auto Show, automotive designers and manufacturers gather to show off their latest ideas and inventions, pushing themselves and each other to keep creating more advanced technology. But sometimes it's not just the major players, companies with household names like Ford, Mercedes, or Volkswagen, that come up with breakthrough inventions. This year, it was students like you who were making breakthroughs. It's all part of the Michelin Challenge Design, a global competition inviting anyone to submit ideas and vehicle designs that could potentially solve mobility problems in underdeveloped parts of the world. This year's winner set out to solve a possibly life-threatening situation that people living in rural India face.
So one of the core problems that we understood was the medical attention, and because they cannot access the medical or the hospitals in India, they die while traveling towards to the hospital. So we made the vehicle for two different seasons: on season when you can actually use it for farming, and off season when there is no farming condition, and can be converted into a makeshift ambulance for the medical conditions. It's a simple two-frame structure with an engine module in front. The rear is completely modular.
We don't know in Ghana what the particular mobility needs are, and through this program we're able to find and get visibility of what those upcoming needs actually are.
Other winning ideas came from all over the world, including Colombia, Korea, and Poland. And in addition to the chance to give their ideas a test drive at the auto show, finalists also had the opportunity to meet with top industry leaders.
The winners got to sit down with the heads of some major car company studios and actually be interviewed by them. And so, this is real face-to-face time. As the automotive industry is trying to increase the diversity of their designers, this group is more diverse than any pool you can think of. It's so refreshing to see a new perspective and a new viewpoint, and that's what this gives us every year in droves.
I just want to push the limits and make vehicle or mobility for a particular purpose. So that's why I thought this was very important for me to showcase to the world that mobility can actually make a difference to the world.
And it's interesting to note that while the competition is open to anyone, all of this year's finalists and winners were students themselves, proving that you're never too young to get into the driver's seat and take the wheel when it comes to inventing. Got an idea yourself? Registration for the 2017 competition is already open online at michelinChallengeDesign.com. And sticking with automobiles, we now take you aboard the Geek Bus. What makes a bus geeky, you may ask? Our Elise Underwood has the answer.
Welcome to the Geek Bus.
We have computers and 3D printers, robots,
lots of really great equipment to learn STEM.
It's a 40-foot tech shop on wheels for grade levels K through 12.
Dude, it's cool. It's cool.
Since January 2014 to present, we've seen about 30,000 students and family members.
One of the cool things that students get to see inside the Geek Bus is how the same technology that changes lives and the world is actually 3D printing and can even take the form of a Pikachu that sits in the palm of your hand.
Inside the bus, these 5th graders see how 3D printing is making a difference across the globe. For Cesar Zapata and Samantha Villarreal, you don't have to ask twice what part is their favorite.
I think where those people went to go help the other people that didn't have the arms, and the 3D maker made them arms, so now they have arms. It was pretty cool.
It was amazing. It was so colorful, and they were making Pikachus, and I wanted one so badly.
Pikachus can be fun, but might not challenge older students. The Geek Bus has 6 different levels and uses technology that's affordable. For many students, if this exposure to STEM didn't roll into their class, young minds might not be exposed to new possibilities.
With open source technologies, we're able to teach students who wouldn't normally have access to these skills, how to use them now in 5th grade or 3rd grade, and start them now, then they're proficient by the time they're out of high school.
Cesar and Samantha have a while before high school, but their minds are already pointing in a new direction.
I did want to be a storm chaser, but now that I look at this, it just looks amazing.
I think since I learned how to do this, I want to learn how to program some more and like code and all that. I think it will be pretty cool.
In San Antonio, for It Ain't Rocket Science, I'm Elise Underwood.
All right, we have to stop for one more quick break. Then, coming up.
Getting your very own Rosie robot may not be too far in the future, but this year the bots are doing more than cleaning up for you. We'll check out some educational automatons roaming the CES floor, and then we'll head to New Hampshire for the 2016 First Robotics Kickoff and tell you what this year's competition will be. To find hands-on science, technology, engineering, and math opportunities in your community, visit theconnectory.org, made possible by Time Warner Cable's Connect a Million Minds.